Well, that's not at all how I wanted this video to start. That's not great. Well, hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to video number 2. Lots of stuff has changed in the past week since the last we uploaded. I've shaved, I've showered, my wife gave me a haircut. And by the way, I think for her first time ever cutting hair, I think she did a pretty darn good job. Today we are actually taking a look at this truck behind me. So this is our 2019 GMC Canyon. It's got a little over 120,000 miles on it, and it is the biggest piece of junk we have ever bought. Now, when I say piece of junk, I don't mean, oh, it's not starting sometimes. No, we'll get that in a minute. No, this truck has actually been a bit of a nightmare for ownership, and it's kind of a case of don't meet your heroes. I loved this truck when they first came out. I always wanted one. I was a teenager at the time. I didn't have money to buy one of these things. But when Tori and I got married, the week after, we bought this truck because we needed another car. My old Trailblazer was crapping out on me, and it was time for a new vehicle. So we bought this truck. It was a little expensive, but we made it work. It's actually already paid off now. Word of advice for anybody buying a vehicle: don't ever buy new. This we didn't buy new. This was a 2019. We bought it in 2023. Don't ever buy a new vehicle. If you're going to buy used, do what you can to get a certified pre-owned, because that saved us thousands of dollars on this truck. So within 3 months of having it, it had to go back to the dealer. It had a slew of issues, some electrical problems, a lot of mechanical problems. I don't know much about the guy who owned this before us, what he did with it. It looks like he towed a little bit more than he should have, but the dealer couldn't find the noise that the truck was making coming from the rear end. It was like this clunk every time you go over a bump, clunk, clunk, clunk. Don't know what it was. But they replaced the leaf springs, they replaced the rear shocks, they replaced the drive shaft. Basically the whole rear end of this truck underneath the bed is brand new, which is awesome for me because it's basically a new truck behind there. But yeah, they've had to replace the diff numerous times because the first time it failed, which was the clunk. The second time was a bad pinion bearing. On top of that, the dealer had to put a new brake light in it because the brake light filled with water, and for whatever reason, these trucks just like their brake lights just go. You can replace the bulbs; they're not too bad to replace, but it had a ton of water in it, so they had to replace the bulbs, or they had to replace the assembly. On the interior, it actually got a new cigarette lighter, front cigarette lighter, or 12-volt plug, whatever you want to call it, because it just stopped working. So they ended up having to replace that. On top of this week, or this year, or last year, 2024, around Christmas time, the transmission had a huge problem, so we had to get the transmission fixed. Thankfully, it only ended up being that it needed a service, so that was an easy fix. So this truck is not very well respected in our household because of all the problems that it's had. Thankfully, I've had no check engine lights, I've had no engine problems. Like I said, I've had some transmission issues, but a service fixed all that. So transmission seems to be shifting just fine now. It was banging. It was a very common issue with the 8L45 transmissions that they put in these things. That brings us to today's issue, which is the battery. The battery has failed. It's normal wear and tear. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. It's just funny. It's just another thing. But yep, that little battery right there. Actually, it's a decently big battery. You can see I put a tender on it to make sure I can get it started in the morning. But yep, that battery has failed. We've got to get that out. I've got to get it replaced tonight because it's really hard to start this truck. Got the old battery out. I'm going to clean all this up because it's nasty. The whole engine bay is actually nasty. I need to detail the engine bay on this truck. It's nasty. I don't like having dirty cars. So I've done as much as I can do for right now. I've got to wait for Tori to get home. We're going to do some grocery shopping, have a little dinner date, and go buy the new battery. We'll be back, and I'll probably have to pick this up tomorrow, actually. Hey, this is Future Hunter. I apologize for how just awful that video quality is. I was shooting on an older DSLR, so I'll try Tori's new one. So hopefully the video is a little bit better. Again, my bad. Frame rates suck, is what it is. Apologize, and we'll try again next time. Alright, day 2, I got a different camera because the other one was just awful. Got the battery, and let's get it in. That's it. And no lights on the dash. I win! Well, that's convenient that it works, because I gotta get to the store because I gotta fix another thing that broke. Not on the truck though. Actually the check valve for our sump pump has failed, so I gotta go replace that too. That'll probably do it for today. You'll see why the truck is over there in another video, but yeah, so the truck is fixed finally. Well, again, I guess. We'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna spend some time outside, and we'll see you guys next time.